What is up, guys? It's AdamBomb, and I wanted to start out with a very different video today. I figured I would put out a guide to help you guys struggling out with the more intricate parts of the Fallout game. Fallout 4 is not a game to hold your hand, and it gives very few details about what you encounter. These tips in this episode will cover settlements in this game. Don't forget to leave a comment or follow me on my social media accounts below for a chance to win a copy of Fallout 4 for any platform. Tip number 1. Having holes in your building structure may make it look ugly, but as long as they aren't large enough to pose a threat, they do have a purpose. You can run electrical wiring straight through them for a minimalistic aesthetic. Tip number 2. If you find the object movement system indoors to be clunky, place items on a rug and move them where you would like. Be it furniture or equipment, it will remain on the rug, and you will use the rug's wall detection to move it all the way and sometimes even through obstacles, giving you the look you want for your house. Tip number 3. If your water plus your food count is higher than your defense number, which you may see in the top bar in build mode, it will increase your chances of being attacked. Keep a watchful eye on these numbers. Always build more defenses than you will need. Tip number 4. Having defenses around your entrances and perimeters is simply not enough. Enemies can sometimes infiltrate your walls, sides, or find something you missed. Protect your houses and resource storages with turrets and other defenses so that you do not get pilfered. Tip number 5. This tip may be considered a very minor spoiler. I wouldn't mind it, but skip ahead if you want to be safe and don't want to spend a few hours in game. Synths, or androids disguised as living humans, have the ability to integrate into your settlement. Pay attention to the numbers of your settlers, and have a look around for generic inhabitants named simply Settler. Once inside your settlement, they can wreak havoc and attack your own human settlers. Tip number 6. Putting a spotlight in the line of defenses like the turret will increase their accuracy in tracking. Not only that, they will be spotted by your own settlers and more easily seen. Tip number 7. Plan the layout of your settlement strategically. Look for choke points like the bridge and sanctuary and build a funnel to tie enemies up. Learn of the location of enemy spawn points. Make note of patterns you see with traders and visitors. For sanctuary specifically, they will spawn across from the bridge, up the hill to the vault, and from the river to the east. Place mines and traps and choke points in these areas that you control to deal with enemies before they even come knocking. Tip number 8. Adding rugs, paintings, televisions, and other decorations will increase the overall well-being of a settlement and will make it more desirable to move to. Tip number 9. Building a bell and ringing it will summon all of your settlers to the location. Even better, building a chair for yourself next to it will allow you to sit for 1 hour so that you don't waste any of the time waiting for them to come to you. Tip number 10. Give Dogmeat a house to stay in. I mean, he's man's best friend for Pete's sakes. Not only will he appreciate it, but you can command him to stay in it and he will always know where to find him. Tip number 11. Highlight a settler while in workshop mode to see what resources they are assigned to. To assign a settler to a resource, highlight them, select the command prompt, and select the desired resource. Not all NPCs' companions may be assigned, however, so make sure you check before you do this. Tip number 12. Check on your workbench often. Settlers will occasionally deposit leftover resources into it. It may be obvious, but in the case you were wondering where all the scrap goes when you're in scavenging and build mode, it is deposited into the nearest settlement workbench. Tip number 13. In addition to being moved on the ground and rotated, structures can be raised or lowered by holding E and using the scroll wheel on PC, X and left-right trigger on PS4, and A and left-right button on Xbox One. Tip number 14. To move entire structures or sections of them attached to one in your settlement, press and hold the move command. This will select everything. Just a warning not to screw up your entire build doing this though, you may move your entire house. Tip number 15. Each settler will automatically choose a bed when you gain control of a settlement if they are already there. To fix this, build the beds that you want in the locations that you want, enter workshop mode when they are asleep, and command them to get up and move into the right bed. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the first of the AdamBomb Wasteland guides. I really hope that you learned something from it. If you did, please leave a like and I may end up making more of these. Subscribe to my channel for more video content and please give the video a like. Thank you guys so much and I will see you in the next video.